It is that hooray for Hollywood time again. Nominations for the 85th Annual Academy Awards will be announced on Thursday, with the Oscar show set for February 24th. And here with what we're likely to see this week is Dave Kager. He's chief correspondent and host of The Frontrunners on Fandango.com. Great to have you with us. Good morning.
Thanks so much. Good morning to you.
So there have been some changes at the Academy this year. Is that going to impact how the nominations go?
The change that you're talking about is that they allowed members to vote for the nominees online this year. It did cause some problems. Some people were confused. I spoke to a voter yesterday who told me she had some problems, but there was a hotline, and I think people are getting their issues resolved. They extended the deadline by a day in order to account for it. I think it won't make much of a difference, though.
So what films do you, from your perspective, what films do you think are going to dominate this year?
I think two movies are the ones you're going to be hearing the most on Thursday. The first is Les Miserables. I love the way you say it, by the way.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables, right. And I think that's a movie that people are really loving in the Academy. I actually was at the official Academy screening when it played, and the Academy people there gave it a standing ovation. They really loved it. It's got the scope, it's got the sweep. Not everyone's loving the movie. I've talked to people who don't like it, but it's just got so much going for it. I think that's going to be a big winner, double-digit nominations there. And then Lincoln, and that's the one that's the real critical favorite, and also has done very, very well commercially. I think better than Disney and DreamWorks, the studios behind the movie, even expected. So I think that's going to get tons of nominations for the cast. Tony Kushner screenplay, Steven Spielberg the director, Best Picture, of course.
Between those two, which do you think will be the front runner in nominations?
I think Lincoln will probably end up on Thursday with the most nominations, in that 11 range.
And probably win
At
as
this
well?
point, if I had to pick a winner, it would be Lincoln. But the thing I love about this year is that it's not only one movie or even two movies that are out in front. If you include Argo and Zero Dark 30 and Silver Linings Playbook, Life of Pi, Django Unchained, there's so many movies at the top of the heap this year, and it's a real race.
So what about actors and actresses? Who do you think are the obvious nominees at this point?
I think there's two people in the lead categories each that are in front. For Best Actor, Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln. What a performance. I mean, everyone is just giving him so much praise. Also, Hugh Jackman for Les Miserables. I think if there's anyone who can beat him, it's Hugh Jackman. I had him on my Frontrunner show, and he speaks so passionately about this role, and I think as long as he gets himself out there and meets the voters, I think Hugh Jackman, who will certainly get his first career nomination, could even win. For Best Actress, it's between Jessica Chastain, the star of Zero Dark 30, that people are discovering now because it's just now coming out. And then also Jennifer Lawrence from Silver Linings Playbook, which is my personal favorite film of the year. She had such a great year with The Hunger Games and then this critically acclaimed performance in Silver Linings.
She's incredible in that film.
She's great.
Actually, she's been incredible every film she's been in, and she's, 15 years old. I mean, older than that. But
well, it's funny you mention that because she's 22, and if she gets nominated, which of course she will on Thursday, she'll be the youngest actress ever to get two career Best Actress nominations, because she was nominated.
Do you think she's still too young to actually win? I mean, do you think? I mean, Hollywood puts you through a certain, you've got to have so much experience before they'll give it to you.
True, but there is a trend that I've noticed with the Oscars that older men and younger women usually win.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't think she's too young, particularly because she pulled off such a great performance in that film.
What do you think will be the biggest snubs of the year?
I could see Joaquin Phoenix not getting nominated for The Master, and it was such a fantastic performance, but the movie is polarizing to a lot of people, so I think that's something that some people
and possibly
might be
people who are
by.
voting in the Academy.
Yes.
Yeah. So I hear mixed response to that. I love this movie called The Impossible that's now only coming out, and I think Ewan McGregor's really good in that. I'd love to see him get nominated, but it might not happen either.
Dave Kager, thanks as always. Nice to have you with us. Happy New Year.
Same to you.